Hi guys, I'm Robert Burrows. I'm actually a wolf trader, so I spend a lot of time in the mountains training, like gray wolves and black wolves, and I mean it's just phenomenal the things that I could go on to there. But the reason why I'm here to talk with you is about one of the most terrible cars I'd ever had. And I tell you, I started off with a 1989 Cadillac Sedan DeVille, and I'm sorry, but that was absolutely not the worst. When I was maybe about 19 years old, I drove a Honda Accord. It was a 1985 Honda Accord, and it was carbureted. And the car I had gotten from somebody from $500. And you wouldn't believe it. It was great. It was amazing. I put new tires on it, and it just worked spectacularly. So I got the car going, and I found out that it leaked. And it leaked. I was thinking, okay, what does it leak? Water, oil, whatever. It leaked everything. So I would have to go back and forth every day to work, maybe about a mile and a half, and fill up all the fluids. So one day I just said, forget it, I'm not doing this anymore. And I dropped it all together. So that night, we were driving home. There was no oil in the car, no water in the car, antifreeze, whatever. I mean, there was nothing in the car. Like, there probably wasn't fluid in the battery. It was that bad. The car burst into flames on the way home. And I'm not exaggerating this. There were flames coming out of the hood. So I was with my buddy Judah, I'd known all my life, and I said, look, man, I mean, this is the end of the world. Let's find a bridge and fuck, let's take it. And the car exploded, and we just coasted home, where the car remained on fire, sitting in my driveway while I was living with my parents.
I'm Sarah Morton. I'm a Harley rider in Mobile, and the worst car I ever had was a Ford Taurus, because we took it on a long trip about 12 hours away, and halfway through, in a very desolate area, it broke down because it blew 3 heads at the same time. It took us like 12 hours to get it towed and get to a place where we could rest for the evening.
I'm Willis Garrett. I'm an attorney here in town. The shittiest car I ever owned was a 1995 Nissan Pathfinder, which in and of itself wouldn't be that shitty, except I just owned it about 4 months ago. My Nissan Xterra had broken down and was completely totaled, and so I borrowed my father's 1995 Pathfinder with 295,000 miles on it in order to just buy me some time before I had to buy a new car. I drove that for a month before it broke down on I-10 on my commute home one day. I was stranded on the inside emergency lane on the bridge on I-10 and had to get towed off of it by Mobile City rescue vehicles. I ended up in Mardi Gras parade traffic, stranded outside of 2 bail bonds facilities, waiting for about an hour for USAA to get a vehicle out there to tow me. So it was a pretty hazardous and stressful situation.
Terry Beisel, Cuban store enthusiast. The worst car I ever owned was a 1978 Pinto station wagon that I inherited from my father, and I wrecked the very first day I had it.
Alright, I'm Brandon McCoy, and I cut down trees for a living. This guy's asked me for a story about the worst car I've ever had, which was a '89 Ford Tempo. Bought it from a woman for $300. I was 18. Back window was busted out, replaced the back window, drove it around for 2 weeks, and just decided one day to turn it into a demolition car. So me and buddies of mine, we took it out into the field, got a couple other cars, a Volvo station wagon, and played demolition with it. Ran them into trees, took the tractor, ran them over, set them up at the top of the tree, and it's probably still in the oak tree to this day.